Yeah, to that blowout. First off, do you need any time to mourn the fall of the prince that was promised? Understand that was an
All right, I
unfortunate
do.
one.
Well, it's 8 straight losses, and this is an ultimate life comes at you fast moment. So it was November. It was less than a year ago that Trevor was coming off delivering the Jags their first playoff victory in a half decade, en route to delivering them their first back-to-back winning seasons in 2 decades, sitting at 8-3, playing for the 1 seed that night on Monday Night Football. Since then, he hasn't won a game and has not only not improved, seemingly regressed. The pick to Damar Hamlin was as bad of a throw as any veteran quarterback will make all year. He wasn't pressured. He wasn't panicked. The guy was wide open, and he just missed him by 5 yards. Just absolutely brutal. So I'm going to make a plea to the Jacksonville Jaguars organization that is out of the box and unprecedented, because we have seen coach firings mid-year and early. And when that happens, they upgrade, they promote someone on the staff to interim head coach. That's not what I'm asking for here. I am asking the Jacksonville Jaguars to fire Doug Peterson and immediately, as of that day, hire Belichick. And tell Belichick, you know what, Bill? You can be the one to tell Doug he's fired. He beat you in a Super Bowl. I'm sure you have a little want to get back from that. And let him take over, and Balky's out too, the organization. Because I still believe in the talent of Trevor Lawrence. But everything about the Jags right now is a mess. Trevor's play is a mess. The roster is a mess. The coaching is a mess. They had 2 incredibly winnable football games in weeks 1 and 2. They found ways to lose both of them. And then they came out last night and got embarrassed and annihilated. And I don't know what can fix that, but if anything can, it's the greatest coach of all time. I know Bill will have to resign from a half dozen media opportunities, but I also know he wants to be coaching and probably would rather not wait a full year. I get what I'm saying right now is not realistic and unprecedented for someone to come in from outside the organization mid-season. But the prince is drowning. And I want to make it clear, I am not putting all of this or even most of this on Doug Peterson. I think Trevor has been bad. He hasn't been mid. He's been bad. There's no denying it. He also is, remember what I was saying about the age thing? He also is 24 years old. He's 24. I just told you Jaden Daniels turns 24 in a couple months. Trevor's 24. I know how talented he is, and we've seen the flashes. But at year 4 with that salary, that contract, it's got to be more than flashes. There's no escaping that. And so I hate everything about the offense. I hate the way he's playing, and Peterson seems resigned to his fate. And if anything could get Bill Belichick excited, it would be to vanquish one of the guys who beat him in a Super Bowl and take over a team that's underachieved with an excellent quarterback. But at this point, I don't know what to tell you. I know people want me to say I was wrong about Trevor. Up to this point, I have been wrong. I think he's got all the traits and all the talent of an excellent quarterback. But you get this deep into your career, you need to produce like one. And he has not done that. And now he is paid like one. And now he's going to be on his third head coach and his third offensive coordinator. And this is how goes sideways on guys. So I always, and I can't believe I'm going to make this comp. And it's not a fair comp to Trevor because this player never had, the success Trevor did, the season he had in year 2, the playoff win, all of that. But, time is a flat circle. And it would be somewhat poetic if, much like my professional mentor, Colin Cowherd, has Sam Darnold, the top 3 pick, amazing college player who he simply cannot quit, who 8 years into his career, he's now like, I told you this was in him. And I mock him for not being able to, let go of it. Maybe that'll be Trevor for me. Maybe in 6 years I'll be on TV and Trevor will be, who knows? But I'm not defending him. And I get that the audience right now thinks this is going to be my loudest and wrongest classic 3. I still believe in the player. But there is no basis to defend the player or the team, which right now looks like a helpless and hopeless team. Was that enough? Did I take my 30 lashes there? Or
that was a morning.
Can we move on to the Bills? Okay,
that was a morning
through.
On to the Bills side of it. Are you ready to say that the Bills are the Chiefs' only competition in the AFC?
Well, here's what I will say. Oh yeah, no, they're good. They're good, and this is where folks are going to get really annoyed with me. And when not Bills fans, but the other media members, I can't believe you guys overcorrected on the Bills. Like, the whole world for years had been too high on the Bills, so I got to be arrogant and annoying and mocked everyone and then be proven right. And then somehow, seemingly everyone except for maybe Greg Rosenthal was like, well, they're not even the best team in the AFC East. They could miss the playoffs. And all offseason, I said, they're still clearly the best team in the AFC East. And this version of Josh Allen is still a terrifying version of Josh Allen, and they're going to be fine. And now I do fear today we are now going to overcorrect in the other direction, where I think you're going to see a bunch, DeMonze. You're going to see a lot of power rankings that have the Bills as the best team in the NFL. Now, that's obviously dumb and a bridge too far, but it's fine to call them second. You're going to see some quarterback rankings that have Josh Allen as the best quarterback in the league. Now, that's going to be dumb and too far, but it's totally fair to call him second. I am going to say something that Bills fans are going to love to hear. There are some striking similarities between this Bills team and this version of Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs from 2 years ago. So Mahomes and the Chiefs 2 years ago had come off 2 heart-wrenching playoff defeats. A Super Bowl loss where they got destroyed, and a home AFC championship loss that they felt like they blew the game. And then in the offseason, they traded Tyreek Hill, and people really wondered, oh man, are the Chiefs in the midst of a rebuild, retool on the fly? The Buffalo Bills, 2 years prior, get blasted in the playoffs by the Bengals, embarrassingly. Last year, an absolutely gut-wrenching 3-point home playoff loss. They trade Diggs. They retool. People question, are they rebuilding? The Chiefs that year won 14 games. Mahomes won league MVP. They had the highest scoring offense in all of football. They won the Super Bowl. Josh Allen this year. Right now he's the MVP. They have the highest scoring team in the league. They're undefeated. There are a lot of similarities. And I'm not going to ignore them or pretend they're not there. I'm not even going to congratulate the Bills this week on winning their third straight September championship, which was a lock that was going to happen. They are a dominant September team, and we've talked about that. All I'm saying is, and I've said this before. Oh, man. Okay, am I back? We're good. Okay. The Bills, when they put the game in Josh Allen's hands and let him run, they're terrifying. Now, it's terrifying in both directions because you worry he's going to get banged up. But when they do that, they are as dangerous as any team in the league. And so I've got all this Bills team was considered, they're good but not great by almost everyone before the year. I disagreed with them then. I thought it was insulting that the Jets were the favorites to win the AFC East. And yeah, I'm going to make this point on TV today in full, and Bills fans are going to be shocked by it. There are a lot of similarities between the 2024 Buffalo Bills and the 2022 Kansas City Chiefs that ended up having the highest scoring offense in the league MVP at quarterback, and they did win the Super Bowl. So, just something to keep in mind. Hey, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to get more from the show, and make sure to click the bell to get notified every time new content drops. Check out full episodes of What's Right wherever you get your podcasts, or just click the link in the description below.